everyone, I'm Melissa here and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello everyone, I'm Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm coming to you right from kickboxing class, so I'm kind of sweaty and my hair's a mess, but that's okay. Here's my gloves. Today's video is about my final thoughts about kickboxing, specifically the ilovekickboxing.com. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Just to give you a recap, I joined kickboxing, specifically the business ilovekickboxing.com. They're, as far as I know, the only kickboxing place in Saskatoon where I live that just does kickboxing. Yes, there's some gyms and things like that that offer kickboxing as a class as well as everything else. But as far as I know, this is the only place that is specific to kickboxing. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I originally joined kickboxing because my weight had plateaued and I'm doing strength training, but I was like, maybe I need to do more cardio. Maybe I need to do something just to get me over that plateau. So I originally joined. They had a 6-week transformation class, which I joined hoping to give me that push over that plateau that I was dealing with. So this is just kind of my final thoughts. Today was my last class, okay? Now, I have finished the 6 weeks previous to now, but when I first joined, I actually joined for a 4-month contract, which technically I got 5 months, but I was gone for pretty much all of April on vacation, so that didn't count. So my contract has now finished. Today was my very last kickboxing day. So I just want to give you guys kind of my personal thoughts on kickboxing in general and specifically this company. I had a love-hate relationship with kickboxing. I started off liking it, and then I was like, I don't like it, and then I was like, I kind of do like it, and then I don't like it. I'm still 50-50 on whether I liked it or not. It does take you a bit to get used to it as a beginner. I don't know if it's just this company specifically or what. You just start and it's very fast paced. It's very fast paced. You don't really have a lot of pre-training before your first class because the classes are made up of advanced kickboxers and brand new kickboxers. There's no middle ground. They just do the class. And whether you're new or not, you are expected to keep up. It's also very fast paced, as when they show you what movements you'll be doing, it's very quick as well. So if you are a person that struggles with remembering a lot of directions that are given to you twice, maybe 3 times in a short period of time, and then having to remember them and then do them, you will struggle. No word of a lie, you will struggle. Also, their warm-up, they do a warm-up before class, and then they start in on what they call bag rounds, where you're punching and kicking. The warm-up is brutal. Now, they have multiple instructors. Every instructor is different. When I first started doing kickboxing, because you can choose when you go, they have classes all throughout the day, through every day of the week. It just so happened when the classes I chose, my instructor for the most part was an instructor named Sophia. Now, I personally really like Sophia. I found her really friendly, really outgoing. She always remembered my name, like always. I don't know how she does it, because so many people who come to class, new and older kickboxers, and she always remembered my name, which makes you feel great. Um, I liked the way she instructed her class. I liked her warm-ups. They weren't too intense, but they were intense enough that you built up a sweat in the warm-up. She was really good. I really liked her. She was always smiling, always encouraging. She always made me feel good. Now, I had a few other instructors in there as well. Amanda was another instructor. She also was good. I did like Sophia a little bit better, just the way her personality and stuff is. I kind of gravitated to that more. Amanda was great though as well. I don't even know my kickboxer instructor today. I don't know her name. I'm sure she said it. I've had her a few times. She is intense. Like intense, constant go, go, go. Now, some people like that, right? Like you're paying a lot of money for these classes. You're there to work out. You want to build up a sweat. You want to do all of that. So that's great. But it was a little much. So they do have different instructors. They do have a pretty wide schedule of times starting at like 6 in the morning all the way to, I don't even know what time, 6 o'clock at night, maybe a lot later. I don't even know. They have weekend classes. You can attend virtually as well. If you have a bag and stuff at home, you can also attend virtually, which a lot of people did. So as far as the amount of classes available and the schedule, that's great. Lots of options. Perfect. Again, lots of different instructors, find one you like, and maybe when they're teaching, it works with your schedule. Great. They do also a lot of, like, they like to call it a family, right? They're like, we're a big family, we support each other, we do all of that stuff, and that's great. They do have a lot of events throughout the year, in class and out of class, which is really nice if you're looking for, something to expand your social circle and things like that. They just had like a family barbecue at the forestry farm. I wasn't able to attend, unfortunately, but it was for like any of the members and any of the members' families, children, families, whatever. They had this big barbecue, which was great. I mean, you do have to pay, I think, like, I don't even know, it was $10 a person maybe, but still great. They just celebrated, I think, their 5-year anniversary being in business. So they did, at one of the local pubs, they did a big, get together party, basically. Again, pretty sure you pay for your own stuff, but still a nice little get together, which was nice. In class, when Coachella was on, they did like Coachella. They encourage people to dress up and things. They have theme days, like when it's Valentine's Day, wear red and pink. When it's St. Patrick's Day, wear green. They're always having contests and things. If you dress up on theme day, you get your name put in to possibly win a prize, that kind of thing. So they're always doing things like that. Every month they have extra things, like I did a while ago, it was the squat challenge. So every day in the month there were different squats you had to do. And if you did them, again, you'd write your name on the little chart, and everyone who completes it, again, gets your name put into a draw. So they're always doing things like that, which is great. There was a few, I went long enough that I saw a lot of the regulars, which was kind of nice. There was only one girl that I really connected with. She was really nice. But yeah, so I mean, those are kind of all of the pros about it. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other real pros. I mean, I think there's like 30 bags. So at the most, you're going to have 30 people in your class. I would say for the most part, it was fairly full almost every time I went. There was a few times I went, there was maybe 12 of us, but I don't think there was ever anything less than 12 people there. So it was pretty full. They do have an app which you can go on and see your profile, see how many classes you've attended. You can even like book your time. So the app is good. There's a few issues I have with the app. Number one, you can only book a week out. Now, I'm a planner. I knew exactly what day I wanted to go for kickboxing and what time, but it would not let me book anything past the next week. So I would have to wait, and then I'd have to remember to go in and book because, like I said, there's about 30 bags, and they're all, stationed in certain places. Eventually, you get a favorite bag, right? My favorite bag was bag spot number 1. It was at the back. It was in the corner. It was by the window. I liked it because in the corner you have more room to move around. You don't have someone on either side of you. I liked that. I also like being by the window, getting the sunshine. So that was nice. But if you don't book it right away, that spot usually was taken. So I can only book a week out. So if I forgot, I was like, oh crap, I gotta go book, usually that spot was taken. So that was a little frustrating. Another frustrating thing about the app is, let's say you already had a bag booked for a certain day and time, and then you realized, oh crap, something's come up. I can't make that day and time. I'm going to cancel that and book a different day and time. If you have a bag reserved and you cancel that reservation, it does not release the bag in the app. So if, let's say, Angela had bag 1 reserved and she decides, I can't do, I'm going to cancel. Bag 1 technically is now available, but according to the app, it won't let you book it again because it's already been booked once. Even though they've canceled it, it won't let you go in and book it. So that's a little frustrating. That's where you literally have to call in or go to the desk and ask the girl, I would like this bag. It won't let me do it on the app, which is kind of besides the point, right? So that was a little annoying. But otherwise, the app is pretty good. It shows if you buy anything there, like they sell merch and protein powders and all this stuff. It shows you everything you've purchased and what you purchased it at. It shows when your contract ends if you're on a contract. It shows how many classes you've attended, all of that kind of stuff. So the app is pretty good in that respect. So those are all kind of the good things. Here's the bad things. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm whining about stuff, but, and I believe I mentioned this in one of my past videos about kickboxing. So I joined this 6-week challenge a while ago. Now, obviously I'm new. I've never done kickboxing before at this organization. I don't know all of their ins and outs and all that stuff. So I joined the challenge. They told me, here's a book, here's what you should eat, keep track of what you're eating here. These are how many classes you need to attend in this 6-week period to be eligible. You need to, every time you're done class, you need to go onto your Facebook and check in that you've been here and put a hashtag of the month. Every month they have a different hashtag for whatever it is. Like a while ago it was Give Shoes, Give Love. Every time you use that hashtag, they gave someone a pair of shoes. That kind of stuff. You have to do all these requirements. You had to, while you were doing the 6-week challenge, go grocery shopping every week, take a picture of all your groceries for that week, post it to a different kickboxing group on Facebook to be like, here's my week 1 grocery haul or week 2 grocery haul or whatever it happens to be. You had to do that every single time for the 6 weeks. So basically, if you did all of those requirements at the end, so I didn't know this at the time, but apparently if you did all those requirements at the end of your 6 weeks, you get, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to grab it. I forgot to grab it. Hang on. You get what they call a finisher's bag. Okay? So it's just one of these little, these little bags. And it says, I love kickboxing. I finished the 6-week transformation challenge. Never give up. Okay? So apparently if you do all of those things, you get this bag. Here's the thing. They did not tell me about this bag at all. They didn't tell me anything about it. I had no clue about this bag, except I was in that other group and they had posted a picture of another member who got this bag who did the 6-week challenge. So I saw this picture of this person and I'm like, oh, why did they get a bag and I didn't get a bag? So again, I'm like, this is where I get frustrated. This is a trigger for me, because when I do something like a challenge or things like that, and there's specific criteria you have to hit, I am very precise and driven by these things. So I guarantee you, I will do every single criteria you put in front of me for any kind of task, whatever it happens to be. Like I did the Alzheimer's walk, and they had little badges you could get. Like they were just virtual badges, but it's like, hey, get your first donation. Hey, get $100 in donations. Hey, get $200 in donations. Hey, get $500 in donations, right? I'm the kind of person that I want to get every single one of those. Even though they're just virtual, that motivates me, right? So when I saw this, I was like, why didn't I get a bag? I didn't even know about this. Like, it doesn't say it anywhere. They never said anything to me, but why didn't I get a bag? And again, if I do all the criteria, I should get one. But not only that, I shouldn't have to ask. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure the other girl didn't ask. They just gave it to her. So obviously I have one now. So I did send a little message saying, hey, how come I didn't get a finisher bag? Like, did I not do something? And they responded with, oh, well, as long as you did all the criteria, you're eligible. And I said, as far as I know, I did everything like that you asked me to for 6 weeks. So they're like, oh, we'll look into it. And then I got a message from another girl saying, yep, you definitely get one. Next time you're in, it'll be here for you. I'm like, great, I'm in tomorrow, right? So when I got there, she gave it to me and she says, hey, do you want a picture with your bag? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, right? Because, obviously this other person got a picture with it and they put it in the group, right? And the point of doing that, there's a few points of doing that. Number one, obviously you want to help celebrate other people's successes, right? Because when someone achieves a goal, doesn't matter what goal it is, when it's achieved, that's a great accomplishment. And to have other people congratulate you on that makes you feel good, right? Makes you want to keep going. So that's one reason to take a picture and post it in the group. Another reason is from a business standpoint. The more of these pictures out there that show, hey, look, they did this, you can do it too, chances are the more people are going to be interested in your business and want to sign up, right? So it kind of works both ways. So she asked me, do you want a picture? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I was fully expecting her to take my picture and post it to the group. She took my picture. As far as I know, it's never been posted to the group. Never. So nobody celebrated my accomplishment except me, right? So that was a little disappointing, honestly. The other thing is with the 6-week transformation is they take pictures of you before and after. Now, they did that with me as well. They took pictures before and after. Now, I knew I wasn't going to hit their, like, oh, you'll lose 25 pounds in 6 weeks or 6% of body fat. I knew that wasn't going to happen with me because my body doesn't work that way. I lose inches. I don't lose pounds. I don't lose body fat. I lose inches. So, of course, at the end of it, I didn't lose 25 pounds and I didn't lose 6% body fat. That hardly changed at all, but I definitely lost inches. Now, again, they take people's before and after pictures and they post them to the group, right? Again, to say, hey, congratulations, look what you did. They did not post my pictures to the group. Again, left out. Again, I'm constantly overlooked and left out. Constantly. And this has been an ongoing thing in my entire life. Like this goes back. This is why this is a trigger for me. Okay? And what's funny is I, as a person, don't need other people's acknowledgement. This is where it gets tricky because it sounds like I do, but I don't. I've never needed someone to pat me on the head and say, good job, you did great. I don't need that as a person. That's not part of my being. I don't need it. Just knowing I've done it on my own is enough for me. Don't get me wrong. It feels great when people congratulate you on accomplishments. Absolutely. I would never turn it down, but I don't need it as a human being. I get it for myself enough. What I have a problem with is when I'm left out. Other people get it. I do the same thing other people did, and I get no acknowledgement. That's where it bothers me. I'm all about the same thing for everyone and justice and all that kind of stuff. Like, if you do this, this happens. Okay, I did this, this didn't happen. So that's why I'm frustrated with it. So anyway, so there was that. Now, again, I didn't know. It's only from going to the kickboxing classes and seeing in this group them post pictures. Whenever someone has a birthday, okay, at the end of class, they give them a little certificate for your birthday. They give you I think it's $25 gift certificate that you can use on merch or protein powders or whatever. And everybody in class does happy birthday, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. So you get that when it's your birthday. I did not celebrate a birthday there. The other thing is when you hit certain amounts of classes, you get acknowledgement. So when you hit your first 25 classes, again, you get a certificate. They take your picture, just you and the whole group, and they post it to the group. And everyone says congratulations on your first 25 classes, and it makes you feel good. When you hit your first 50 classes, you get it again. 100 classes, 200, 250, like it goes up, right? Every time you get the certificate and blah, blah, blah. I've been there many times where people first 25, first 50, first 100, whatever it happens to be. And it's great because everyone's congratulating you and acknowledging your accomplishment, and it makes you feel good. Now, today was my last class. You guys, today was my 25th class. I did it. My first 25 classes were today. Did I get a certificate of accomplishment? Nope. Did I get acknowledgement at the end of class that I did my first 25 classes? Nope. Did I get congratulated? Nope. Nothing. Again, overlooked. Completely overlooked. So, am I upset about that? Absolutely. Why? Because my accomplishment is no less than somebody else's. Why do I get overlooked? It's frustrating. And I'm trying to hold it together because, like I said, this goes back, to like when I was a kid, right? Every time you had gym class, I was always the last one chosen. Every single time. Nobody wanted me on their team. In elementary school, they would have student of the month, the student that whatever, did something great, whatever it was. They got a student of the month. They got a certificate. They got in front of the whole school, acknowledgement. They got a little pin, the whole thing. I never got student of the month in elementary school. Never. And I don't know why, because I tried my hardest to get student of the month. I would stay after school every day and help the teacher. Back then when we had chalk and erasers, I would clean the chalkboards, I would bang the erasers, I would go and feed the class pet, whatever it was, guinea pig or whatever it was at the time, hamsters, give them their lettuce and vegetables. I did that every single day in grade 2, for sure. I'd help the teacher with anything she needed. and I never once got Student of the Month. Grade 8 graduation came, tons of awards for art and English and math, all that stuff. Never got an award, even though I was fantastic in a lot of those subjects. I never got an award. All of the popular kids got the awards. I never did. Overlooked again. Grade 12 graduation, again, all these different awards. Never got one. Even though I made the high honor roll, even though I ended my English classes with 98%, never got acknowledgement, never got an award, never got anything. I have been overlooked my entire life, and I don't know why. I really don't, because I try really hard and I do the same thing other people do, and they get acknowledgement all the time. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, why didn't you say something? Okay, here's the thing. Number one, I did say something about the bag, okay? Oh, and that's the other thing. When I said this about the bag, you know what she said to me? She says, hey, if we ever miss something, just let us know. Okay, how was I supposed to know that this even existed? I had no clue. It wasn't until I saw a picture of somebody else. But I had no idea. How would I have known? Now, I could have done the same thing today. I could have made a point of saying, hey, 25 classes today. That's me. But it's difficult because by doing that, like, part of getting that acknowledgement is just people giving you the acknowledgement. If I have to ask to be acknowledged for my accomplishments, that kind of takes away part of it. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to say, hey, you guys, today I did 25 classes. Congratulate me. Like, no, I don't want that. So that's why I didn't say anything. Now, certificates and things like that are important to me. It makes me feel good to know that I accomplished something and I have something to show that I accomplished something. So I will send them an email and I will say, hey, I did 25 classes. I didn't get acknowledged in class or get my certificate. My contract is now done. I will not be returning. Can you please mail me my certificate? So I'm sure they'll mail it to me. But it's like, really? I have to ask? I don't know. And again, I don't know. Like, even though today was my 25th class and it shows on my app that was 25 classes, who knows? Maybe they don't give you the certificate on your actual class. Like, maybe they would do it the next class. I don't know when they actually do it. But all I know is I'm not going back. This was my last class. So I'm a little upset about it just because it would have been nice to have the class congratulate me. You know what I mean? But that's fine. I don't necessarily need it, so that's fine. Why am I not joining kickboxing again? Well, number one, it's expensive, right? Number two, I'm doing strength training and it's too much for me. When I was doing strength training 3 times a week, kickboxing 3 times a week, I had issues with low blood sugar. I was overtraining. That's exactly what was happening. I was overtraining, and I've recently cut back the kickboxing to once a week, which seems to be okay. I haven't had a lot of issues with low blood sugar, maybe a couple times, but definitely not like it was. So I'm obviously overtraining. I also enjoy strength training way more than kickboxing. They're two very different things. Kickboxing, you sweat. You work up a sweat and it's a lot of cardio. Strength training, not so much cardio. I don't sweat as much, but I can see progress with strength training. Now, again, I've been doing kickboxing for 5 months. I've been doing strength training for 10 months. So obviously, I'm probably going to see more progress with strength training because I've been doing it longer. If I stuck with the kickboxing, would I see progress? Maybe. But as far as my weight and my inches lost, again, I would say most of my progress is coming from the strength training. I'm not seeing a whole ton from the kickboxing. So that's why I've kind of decided just to focus on strength training, and hitting the gym I go to maybe a few days more than the strength training. That's kind of what I'm thinking, or sorry, than the kickboxing. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I have a great trainer with strength training. I'm probably going to chat with her in the fall. Through the summer, I'm going to continue strength training just 3 times a week. In the fall, I might bump that up to 4, maybe 5 times a week with a few other things thrown in there. But that's it. So that's kind of my overall opinion of the kickboxing, and specifically ilovekickboxing.com. Like I said, definitely some pros, definitely some negatives in there. Everybody's different. If you've been thinking about doing kickboxing, give it a try. The other thing is, they do always offer like a free tryout class. They also have promotions all the time. So definitely make sure you're getting a good deal, and don't be scared to ask for a good deal. Um, a lot of times they'll throw in your gloves and your hand wraps for free. Sometimes you can even maybe get an extra month for free or that kind of thing. So definitely take advantage of those promotions that they have, and don't just take the promotion at face value. The bottom line is they're a business and they want you to sign up. And for the most part, they'll do whatever it takes to get you to sign up. So don't be scared to ask for more, or, if you can't afford that much, let them know, hey, this is all I've got. What can you do for me? I'm sure they will do their best to find something to make it work for you. So good and bad. I don't know. If I ever did decide to do it again, I mean, I might, but nah, I don't think so. It's just not for me. But anyway, you don't know till you try. I tried it. I've made my conclusions. Again, these are just my opinions and my experience. I've seen other people there have very different experiences and very great positive experiences. So don't be discouraged by what I've said. I'm just overlooked. That's me. I've always been overlooked, and I will always continue to be overlooked. So don't let that impact your decision on kickboxing, especially with this company, because I've seen other people have great experiences. So thank you guys so much for watching this Wellness Wednesday. We'll see you guys next time.